In this lesson, we're going to focus once again on the I adjectives. And this time we're going to add an ending that will allow us to say was not, or in the plural form, were not. Remembering in Japanese they don't differentiate between plural and singular. There are two different types of adjectives in Japanese, and we need to remember this. The I adjectives are the adjectives that end in either ai, and that means the hiragana before the last I is from the a row. So if we have a hiragana from the a row followed by I at the end of an adjective, it's definitely an I adjective. A couple of examples of those would be takai, meaning expensive or tall, or kurai, meaning dark. Ka and ra are from the a row. I, of course, is on the end of every I adjective. They could also end in I, where you have an hiragana from the I row followed by the final I. Examples of these are oishii, meaning delicious, kawaii, meaning cute. Both of these have a hiragana from the I row followed by the final I, making it a double I at the end of the adjective. They could also end in u-i, furui, meaning old, samui, meaning cold. Both have u-i as the last two sounds, therefore they are I adjectives. The only other option is that they end in o-i, such as omoi, meaning heavy, or hiroi, meaning spacious. So a hiragana from the o row followed by the final I. This is the way you can tell I adjectives. The ending must be either an ai, ii, ui, or oi for it to be an I adjective. Let's start by looking at our group of adjectives that we've been using in these lessons so far. Oishii, delicious. Mazui, the opposite of delicious, bad tasting. Chisai, small. Ookii, big. Omoshiroi, interesting. Tsumaranai, boring. Takai, expensive. Yasui, cheap. Samui, cold, as in the weather. Atsui, hot, as in the weather. But atsui can also be used if something is hot to touch. Furui, old, but never uses about people. Atarashii, new. Omoi, heavy. Karui, light. Takai has another meaning, and that is high or tall. Hikui, short. You'll notice that all of these adjectives end in the specified I, and the previous hiragana is either an a hiragana, I, u, or o. To make the adjective into past tense and negative, meaning was not or were not, we simply remove the I, as we did in the past and in the negative. Past negative, we remove the I And this time we're going to add a combination of the negative ending and the past ending. The negative ending was kunai. We then remove the I from there and add katta. So the ending becomes kunakatta. For example, if we look at the adjective oishii, we take off the I and change it to oishikunakatta. Oishikunakatta. It was not delicious. Oishikunakatta. Another example would be atarashii. Remove the I and change it to atarashikunakatta. 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 It was not new. Atarashikunakatta. So if we go through our adjectives with the past negative, meaning was not, we would get oishikunakatta, mazukunakatta. It wasn't bad tasting. It was not bad tasting. Mazukunakatta. Chisakunakatta. Chisakunakatta. It was not small. Okikunakatta. Okikunakatta. It was not big. Omoshirokunakatta. It was not interesting. Tsumaranakunakatta. It was not boring. Takakunakatta. It was not expensive. Yasukunakatta. It was not cheap. Samukunakatta. It was not cold. Atsukunakatta. It was not hot. Furukunakatta. It was not old. They were not old. Atarashikunakatta. It was not new. Omokunakatta. It was not heavy. Karukunakatta. It was not light. Takakunakatta. It was not tall. Hikukunakatta. It was not short. All of these I adjectives, once again, you simply remove the I and add kunakatta. Let's have a look at some sentences using this version of the adjective. The noun wa, adjective des, is our structure that we're practicing. Natsu being summer. Natsu wa atsukunakatta desu. Summer was not hot. Natsu wa atsukunakatta desu. Gohan wa oishikunakatta desu. It's not nice to complain about a meal not being delicious, but it was not delicious. The meal was not delicious. Gohan wa oishikunakatta desu. Computer wa takakunakatta desu. The computer was not expensive. Computer wa takakunakatta desu. Eiga wa omoshirokunakatta desu. Perhaps you fell asleep. Perhaps you found it really not interesting at all. It was not interesting. The movie was not interesting. Eiga wa omoshirokunakatta desu. Remember to make was not and the adjective, we simply take off the I and add kunakatta desu.